The simmering tensions that are currently creating social, political and religious problems in Lebanon are powerfully dramatised in The Insult, a tense courtroom drama that will open the eyes of many to some of the Middle East's most intractable situations. The film opens with an interesting disclaimer announcing that it represents the views of the filmmakers, not the views of the government of Lebanon. The director, Ziad Doueri, a Muslim, wrote the screenplay in collaboration with Joel Touma, a Christian, and the combination of viewpoints is essential to the success of this provocative and at times quite chilling tale. To fully appreciate the film's qualities, it's probably important to know something of recent Lebanese history. This country of 5 million is host to more than 450,000 stateless Palestinians who live in long-established refugee camps. More recently, there's also been a large influx of Syrian refugees, but the film doesn't address this problem. Tony Hanna, Adel Hanna, a right-wing Christian who attends political rallies and regularly listens to the hate speeches of assassinated Christian leader Bakir Gemayel, runs a small automobile repair business and lives in a first-floor apartment with his pregnant young wife, Shireen Rita Hayek. Yasser Kamal El-Basha, who won the Best Actor award in Venice last year for this role, is a Palestinian refugee who's been made foreman of a group of men carrying out repairs to the decaying infrastructure of the city's back streets. When Yasser points out to Tony that his guttering is faulty, the door is slammed in his face. Yasser has the guttering repaired anyway, and Tony furiously smashes it. This insult leads to a minor act of violence that in turn brings all the characters into a courtroom for a trial in which the actual issues of the petty conflict are soon overtaken by the weight of historical injustice. The Insult is reminiscent of the sort of film Stanley Kramer was making years ago in Hollywood, films like The Defiant Ones, Inherit the Wind, and Judgment at Nuremberg. Kramer's aim, like Doueri's, was to highlight controversial issues, racism, religious bigotry, justice, and package them in a sufficiently entertaining way so that large audiences would be given a chance to think about the questions raised. Kramer was accused of being too simplistic, and you could probably accuse Doueri of the same thing. Certainly, The Insult paints its issues in stark blacks and whites. In the riveting climactic courtroom sequences, Tony is represented by a pillar of the Christian community, Wajdi, the excellent Camille Salameh, and Yasser by a moderately inclined female lawyer, Nadine, Diamond Bou Aboud, and she just happens to be Wajdi's daughter. The two men at the centre of the drama are neatly contrasted. Tony is hot-tempered and intolerant, whereas Yasser is well aware of the disadvantages of being essentially a stranger in a strange land. Yet, as we learn, there are understandable reasons for Tony's attitudes, and they reach back into the past conflicts of more than 40 years ago. Superbly acted by all concerned, and filmed in an unobtrusive, loosely fluid style, The Insult is both provocative and inclusive. After all, how many films from Lebanon get to screen in Australian cinemas? Anyone interested in political cinema should rush to see this fine film. I'm giving it 4 stars.